my want is to help people know that they don't have to be in pain from their physical self, from their mind, or from their heart, that there is so much more that's available to them if they would just open their heart and have a little faith.
This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good afternoon. Of course, it is morning in my time, but I am being kind where that is concerned. But good afternoon, Gwenda Smith. Previously, episode 1126 of the 12-Minute Convos podcast. It's been just 2 years, 11 months, 24 days, 6 hours, and 45 minutes since we last recorded that conversation. That was then. This is a now. Gwenda, how are you doing today?
I'm doing awesomely well. Thank you, Angel, and yourself.
I am as excellent as can be. The last time we spoke, wow, the story of being a scrub nurse and having the experience of seeing someone opened up and then suited back and then being told 14 days to live really impacted you. You've been doing some amazing work. Please tell us how that has updated.
Thank you, Angel. It was a profound experience, and it certainly is what sent me on the trajectory of what I've been doing now for a long time. So since we last spoke, I have had the most incredulous experiences with people, particularly young women, that have been told that they will never be able to have a baby. The doctors have informed them that because of their severe polycystic ovarian syndrome or their um, endometriosis or their constant migraines and blood loss, that they'll never have babies. So this has all been since I spoke with you last, and I had a succession of 6 young women come to me the year following our conversation, and I am so excited to say that all 5 are now holding their precious babies that the doctors said they would never have. And lady number 6, the only reason that she hasn't had hers is that she and her husband were so excited for her to be cleared, no sign of endometriosis or PCOS whatsoever. Her body, the doctor couldn't believe it, said it looked like it had never been there. They were so excited that she was able to live a normal life and no more being in such crippling pain every month, that they decided they would rather travel and they would rather be able to spend some time together enjoying this new freedom in their life. So they're ready to have their baby when they finish tootling around enjoying that. And then most recently, a beautiful lady that I've been looking after on the east coast of Australia, she'd been down the IVF path and they had had 5 successful implants, and all 5 were lost at the same point of the pregnancy. And someone told her to contact me, and I'm beyond excited to tell you that she too is now expecting her baby, and she's beyond she's just beyond amazement. And today she sent me a text to tell me that she forgot to tell me on Saturday when we spoke that she no longer has the 17 cysts that were on her left ovary. They're all gone.
Oh my. So what are you doing? Are you doing laser surgery with your eyes? What's happening? Please tell us.
I take each of these beautiful people that come to me, and truly we only have the 12 minutes. I could talk to you for hours on the different people that have presented to me since we spoke, but I take each person through a series of them sharing with me what their life has been like, what's unfolded for them, and we find out through the process that I use just what it is that has caught up in their system and created blocks within all of their energy bodies. So not just their physical body, but through all of the energy bodies, being 12 of them. And also have a look at whatever genetic, not inheritance, I call it genetic stamping. So whatever some very kind ancestor has left imprinted into their energy bodies, then we look at removing them, and we help the body to heal itself naturally, which it's totally capable of doing.
For those listening, where's the best place for them to connect with you?
On the website or via email. So the website is www.healwithgwenda.com, and that's HEAL with Gwenda.com. Email is gwenda@healwithgwenda.com.
So, how have things evolved where family is affected by everything that you're doing? Of course, we understand more is caught than taught. Have you seen there be an impact on what you're doing with your family?
Well, it's a really interesting question. My daughter has always said that she did not want to do the kind of work that I do from a spiritual perspective. So she went down the university route and decided, and it's interesting, she still went into health and still went into wellness, but she found that the restraints and constrictions that are provided in the way of teaching there just did not resonate. It didn't sit well with her, which made me smile quietly in the background. She will be 40 this year, and she is now understanding and having some different experiences. I also had her reach out to me when she was diagnosed with a stage 3 cervical cancer. She no longer has that. It's totally gone. And that flipped her around. And so she had to go down the path of having a look at the allopathic approach, the university approach, to then experience the natural healing that's available. And for her now, she has a different way. The rest of my family have always been very supportive with my my approach to holistic wellness and my very strong, unwavering faith and belief in the power that we all have. We all hold within us to create anything in our life, and we can also uncreate. So I'm very fortunate that I have a tremendous support from my family.
There's a voice that we all seem to hear, a voice that gives direction, and sometimes a voice that says, no, don't do it. How do you define these voices in your life?
Ah, I guess I'm fortunate enough to say that because I have worked with those voices or been used to those voices in my life all my life, I've come to know the difference between the one that you need to listen to and the other one that isn't so helpful. So, for anyone listening who isn't sure, the one that you listen to is the one that has a most beautiful, calm resonance. It's a very peaceful voice, and it talks to your heart from your heart. It actually does both, to your heart and from your heart. So it has a very different sound, and you can feel it. You can feel the vibration is correct.
You've interacted with death and
Mm.
again the byproduct of what death is as disease. You've interacted with death by seeing people die in front of you, right? In the midst of it as well. How do you interact with that conversation amongst yourself? Is it in the forefront or is it something you put on the back shelf of your day?
Yes, it's not one that we would have or I would have as a typical conversation. It would come up usually when somebody is either losing someone close to them or something that I've been involved with through a client who is passing or has passed. So I handle that with hoping to bring a sense of hope and a sense of peace to those that are left here, for them to know that what they think is the end is not the end. And it is simply it's simply for me, but it's not for others, to be able to know that what we see with what I call our human eyes is only what we've been conditioned to see and also what we accept as our reality. But there is so much more beyond our physical eyes, and we can learn to tap into that. We can learn to experience seeing those, our loved ones, our pets that have left this world, but they're still very much living in another dimension.
As a little child, there you were with your grandmother while she was tending to the garden. And of course, there's so much beauty in that picture. Here you are today, and it feels as though you as well are in the garden of so many experiences, tending and helping others so that they too can bear fruit. That's beautiful. Would you say that's accurate?
I would like to write that down, Angel. That is absolutely beautiful and it is extremely accurate. And my want is to help people know that they don't have to be in pain. They don't have to be in pain from their physical self, from their mind, or from their heart. That there is so much more that's available to them if they would just open their heart and have a little faith.
Gwenda, my friend, this has been such of a grand opportunity. Thank you for passing by. It is by no mistake that you are sharing a conversation that speaks about sticking to who you are and not giving up. And thus, the fruit you've bared is now shared. Ooh, that rhymed. So thank you, my friend, for being here. Before we leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Yes, I'd like everyone who listens in to these beautiful conversations to always keep your heart open and be true to yourself, be true to your heart, because therein is the greatest fruit of your life ever.
Amazing audience again, Gwenda Smith. Gwenda, a pleasure, I treasure. Thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. This podcast is produced by Pod Edits. Visit podedits.com for professional podcast publishing.